What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for Sports. All right, so Michael Jordan obviously is amongst the greatest players the game has ever seen. He is still the consensus greatest player ever. When Michael Jordan retired, 9 out of 10 people thought he was the greatest player of all time. Today, that number has only slipped slightly to about maybe 7 out of 10. So that comes a full generation later. He's still seen as overwhelmingly, despite the LeBron media, he's still seen by those who have common sense as the greatest player of all time. Now, look, I guess that goes against me because I think it's Wilt, right? So I'm talking about my own self. So kiss my ass, haters. I'm dissing myself with that one. But anyway, Olin Polynice, former NBA player, has been in the news a lot recently. He said that he thought Jordan could be even better, right? He said this about Michael Jordan. He said, quote, can you imagine if this guy ate right instead of eating McDonald's, did not drink, and did not smoke? Can you imagine that Michael Jordan and actually worked out on the regular? That Michael Jordan, holy Christmas. Now, I'm going to say this. Now, as Michael Jordan got older, he did engage more in some habits that we would see as unhealthy, smoking cigars, drinking. He did have a penchant for Big Macs. I do recall that. However, I have to say this. I don't think that he started engaging in a lot of that stuff on a more regular basis until after his second retirement, if my memory serves me correctly from reading. I don't think he did those things heavily or on a regular basis at least until after his retirement in '99. And that all of those things aided in his weight gain. Because if you remember when Mike retired in January '99, he was still in shape just in case, some shit happened. Because remember, he was with the players union, representing the players at first. And when the shit got resolved, that's when he announced his retirement. At that time, Mike might have been like, I'm just saying from looking at him walking around, maybe 220, 225. But when he came out of retirement, he was around 265. And that was because inactivity, drinking more, probably eating more, eating good, didn't have to train. And, he put on some weight. But when he was playing, he didn't drink that much. He didn't drink a lot, and he certainly didn't eat McDonald's on the regular, and he actually did work out quite a bit. But at the same time, he's not his game wasn't predicated on power. He didn't want to get too bulky because you got to remember, he's a perimeter player. Remember when Kobe put on a lot of muscle one year and he didn't quite look right? Matter of fact, I think it was the year in '05, '04, '05. I think it was that year when Kobe put on like a lot of muscle. He got up to 220 and he didn't look as explosive. Remember that? And he had like his worst seasons individually ever as in his prime years. Remember when Reggie Miller bulked up from like 175 to 195? I think it was like the strike year in '99, and he grew his hair back, and he didn't look the same. I think he only shot 35% from three that year. He didn't look the same. He went back from 195 to 180, and then he looked like Reggie Miller again, and they went to the finals in 2000. So sometimes putting on muscle is not the best thing to do. You know what I'm saying? He did put on muscle because when he first came to the NBA, he was 189, and after the Pistons booked his ass, He bulked up to about 200, 205. So he definitely did incorporate working out more, but he didn't want to bulk up either. So I understand what older Paulies is saying. If he had all of the advantages today, you know, um, microbiotics and in-home chef and uh, these guys stay in shape. Well, some of them do. Year round and spending $1 million on their body. I get all of that. Plus, we all suspect these players are also using some other shit. Okay, I'm not gonna name names, but you know what it is. Motherfuckers' jaws getting bigger. Motherfuckers wearing big ass mountain beards to hide, their jaw enlargement or, rumored PED related gross and shit. But it is what it is. But tell me what you guys think.